I should mention I have this up on ramps, and it's going to be almost impossible to do if you don't have it on jack stands or ramps. Okay, for starters, disconnect the negative of the battery. This is an 8mm. So this is another example of a harder operation to do than it is on most cars. They've got this very tight lead. I can't turn my fingers, I'm trying to show it a little bit, but I'm trying to get it loose enough to pull off this battery negative. Okay, I think we got it now. Not quite. Alright, there it's off. Let's get it down underneath here. Okay, here's the starter. See the oil filter there. And the connections that we're going to be dealing with are two for wiring. We'll do that first. They're rather accessible. Here's the solenoid. And here's the battery plus connection. So we'll get those two off first. Here's a little bit better view of the solenoid and B plus nuts that need to be removed. Okay, so this is 8mm, and it came loose just with a quarter drive. You can see, so we'll just turn that nut off of there, and that's the solenoid connection. I wet these down with some penetrant before I took them off, just to prove my chances of getting them off of there. The battery plus is 13mm. Again, these aren't torqued much, so it's already loosened up. Okay, so we have two bolts, mounting bolts. One's here. One is under this. There's a plastic kind of cover here. Not sure what the purpose of it is, but it's in the way. So we're going to have to take that out before we can get at this one bolt and turn it out. Okay, so we're turning off this little bolt here. It's 10mm. That holds this plastic cover in place. The only thing I could get in here with was a wrench, and it's an actual, basically a hex-headed screw. I'll turn that out. Okay, now this little piece can come out. And now we can get at the two bolts. And there's the flywheel. Okay, so we've got a 6-inch extension. I'm using a 1/2-inch drive on this. There it comes. And the lower bolt, using the same equipment. Alright, with this broken loose, I'm going to speed things up a little bit. And there's the inner bolt. And I better hang on to the starter now. And down we come. Hey, the starter's actually good. I'm just doing a little demo on it. And I like to see how difficult or hard they are to get out. Okay, let's reinstall. Get it up in a position. Okay, we've got the long bolt. I'm going to try to get that started first. Okay, we just have it in just a couple turns. want it up there too tight. We'll just undo that slightly. Now that might be alright. Let's see if we can get those back bolts started. There it goes. Yeah, starter's not a cause for some big torquing operation, so just snug them up both good and tight. Oh, look at that. Alright, let's put this cover back on. Okay, let's just mount this little 10mm screw here. Torque that in there, let's turn that in the rest of the way. Alright, let's put the finishing touches on this little flywheel protective cover. Okay, let's wire our battery plus. And that's a 13mm nut down there. Do not over torque. Get it snug. Call it a day. Same for the little guy here, the solenoid. Remember that was an 8mm. And just snugged up. It's all over but the testing. Okay, so the only thing that remains to do now is hook up the battery. Oh, that was 8mm. Alright, get that good and tight.